Hello and welcome to today's LOL Esports Roundup, where we cover some official news from the last 24 hours, as well as MSI 2023 Bracket Stage Day 4. So, the news. 100 Thieves officially has announced that Quid will be replacing Bjergsen in mid lane. Quid played for Genji Academy. Well, actually, because the LCK has Challenger and Academy, he played for Genji Challenger last split. He's very young, only just turned 19 years old a couple weeks ago. Now, I'm not going to lie, I've been saying Quid should have had a starting Western mid lane slot for a while now. Actually, I suggested it this past offseason that when Genji lost Ruler and Lehens, they probably could have kept them if they had allowed buyouts of Quid and Zest in top lane. Things worked out. Pays looks very good. Delight has looked solid. I do wonder if Lehens could be better, but things are doing well. Hell, they are here, right? They're on the board at MSI. Quid had a 3-1 KDA, 9-4 CS per minute, 67.9 KP in the LCK Challenger system. Keep in mind, it is Challenger. It is not the highest level of play, but I would say LCK Challenger is equal to many Western teams, not only LCS, but LEC as well. And these numbers are outstanding. Played against Chovy and Scrims. This kid is legit. He's very good. I think immediately joining the LCS, he is a top 3 mid laner and has the potential to be the best. 425 gold per minute, 625 damage per minute, on average up 190 gold, 7 CS, 45 XP at 15 minutes, 10 solo kills in 46 games. He played 18 champions. Wide champion pool, of course, I do say I want young players, I think, in my opinion, to have a foundation of champions that they can rely on, that they're comfortable on, and then branch out from there. So I do not expect 18 and 46. So what is that going to be like? 2 in every 5 games. I don't know about that. 1 in 5. It'd be more almost 1 in 5 actually. Maybe 9 and. I don't. You get my drift. Not a ton of champions, please. But I think Quid is going to be very good. Fnatic officially allows Wonder to leave. So, we've went over these numbers before, so I'll briefly just remind people he was not very good in Winter. These numbers are dog. 1.6 KDA, 7.9 CS per minute, 43.7 KP, 356 gold per minute, 402 damage per minute. On average was down 765 gold, 7 CS, and 760 XP. Did not have a single solo kill, played 6 champions in 9 games. I do not expect Wonder to be a free agent for long if he chooses not to be one. He's very talented and is not old. Oscarinen is the replacement. These numbers are from the spring split. They are not from group stage. Very similar, though, to Wonders, except that he is a lot younger and he's a rookie, so he gets a leash from me. 1.8 KDA, 7.9 CS per minute, 50.2 KP. So more involved. 44 KP is very low for Wonder. He was weak side and not involved at all, so he should have had more farm and more gold. Oscarinen matches that CS per minute despite being more active. Also had more gold per minute at 403. More damage per minute, 582, which is 180 more DPM. That is quite a lot. On average, though, still in a hole, down 490 gold, 5 CS, 610 XP, 4 solo kills in 9 games, played 6 champions. Do I think Oscarinen is the savior of Fnatic? No. But I did say before the season, I thought that Oscarinen was a player that deserved an opportunity. He got it, and I think towards the end of the split, we saw him do much better than he did in the beginning. Recap for today. So Golden Guardians, JDG. I thought it'd be a 3-0, hence my predictions are 13-2, and that came to fruition. As Ruler went 15-5 and 16, 29% of damage leading the way for JDG. Knight was my MVP going 10-4-20. He would play Jace. Game 2, LeBlanc, and then Nautilus. Stixay won 11, 10 and 6, 31% of damage for Golden Guardians. I thought their bot lane played very well. In team fights, I thought Rel really looked good in the early to mid game of the game. He did play Rel. Had some very nice engages. Obviously, That is being very generous, though, because it was a 3-game series and we're only talking about a certain aspect of one game. Top lane was a wash. Bin not being as impactful. Not Bin. 369 not being as impactful as you would like. Licorice actually solo killed him at one point. So, not great. Jungle, Kanavi, ton of damage. Over 700 DPM to River's 267. So, I think actually 500 DPM more than River, which is a shit ton, to say the very least. Yeah. We saw some interesting picks in the jungle. Game 3 actually had Kanavi going Kha'Zix and River going Rengar. That did not work for River. He finished 1-6-2 or something. And Kanavi had maybe his best game of the series. Mid lane wise, Gory was playing Scion in game 1. That's an absolute joke. Why are Golden Guardians picking Gory Scion? Why is Gory playing Scion? Once I saw that, I was like, wow. So we wasted all those games and play-ins to determine that our best player will be playing Scion in tonight. I understand putting him on a carry in tonight is risky business, but he's your best player. You can't have a save the president, shield the president comp or whatever that they did with Stixay. Trying to make him the only DPM in that game. It was just an absolute joke of a draft. In bot lane, Ruler did very well in team fights on the Zeri, on the Xayah, on the Aphelios. Oh no, Jinx. But in the end, I mean, his biggest pop-offs to me were on Zeri. And when push comes to shove, I thought Knight really timed his roams well in game 1 on the Jace, getting, I think, a solo kill maybe in topside at one point. And then his LeBlanc was very good. And game 3, the Nautilus had some impact. You'd like more, but I think everyone's trying to do the do and be right now. It's become meta. We have Jerb in the chat, and I mean, the trick to doing well in solo queue is to pick Nautilus mid. I've been saying it for a while. All of a sudden, MSI teams are picking it. Nautilus mid, Sona support, things like that. If you want to, go up in elo and cheese it a bit, those are the picks. So, was this close? No. Was there a little bit back and forth at times? Sure, but we always knew JDG had the edge. So, JDG 3-0 is not a shock. 13-2, that is very good. Sneak peek, we have 2 rematches in the loser bracket. All of them are rematches. Who would have thought? The way the bracket turned out, of course. I love that this has happened, though, and I will say it. We finally get the bracket reset that I had bitched about after LCK Finals, because in my opinion, it was 1-1 out of 3. You can't, I personally, and people said that was because I was a T1 fan. I am not. I said the same thing about other regions, that the same shit happened. People just are, not ignorant, but actually handicapped sometimes, and it's actually a shame. I'm really sorry for them. It's really, really something. So, T1 and Gen G, very talented teams. Their last matchup, Gen G won 3-1, and that's without a doubt. They won on LCK Finals Day. Double Elim should have bracket reset in instances like this, but nevertheless, we get it now. So Doran went 8-9-36 for MVP, 19% of damage. If I recall, his Gragas was absolutely disgusting in that series, putting Zeus in the dirt, who went 5-19-23 with 22% damage. This is obviously a very, very, very hype series because of the bracket reset factor, as well as the fact that obviously these two teams are going to be, favorites, or 2 of the 4 favorites to win the tournament, right? We want this. People want this to be against JDG or BLG or whatever, but this is a really nice consolation prize. And then G2 and MAD. A little different because G2 didn't beat MAD in spring in the best of 5s. MAD beat G2 1-0 out of 1. So it's not a tie. So if G2 win tomorrow, it does not tell me that G2 is better than MAD necessarily because of that factor. But But their last matchup, Mad Lions won 3-2, which allowed Mad Lions to start rolling and win the split. Carzy went 21-15-25, 32% damage. He was MVP of that series on the Discord. Hansama went 25-9-26 with 30% of damage. He played very well in the loss. So, obviously this one gets all the hype, but this one should be competitive for sure between the two LEC teams. So, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.